Yeah, I think we obviously missed the mark round one. I feel like we've been up to our eyeballs in every game since then. We've missed our mark at the end of the game, and we nailed it tonight. I think there's a real spirit in this team, and you could see that right from the start.
Did you play on round one much, like coming into it, to kind of conjure that kind of performance and talk about it?
We didn't even mention round one. No, there was no mention of that. That's not, if you're looking for short-term motivation, we're trying to play really good footy, and so building on each week's key for us.
Line speed and midfield energy was great, wasn't it?
Yeah. There are some good questions. I've obviously got really good carriers of the ball there that you need to do a job on, and then on the back of that, Ted and the other guys have got a line org because they can ask questions on the edge, and I felt like the balance between our physicality on the tackle and then our organisation and answering their questions from their shifts was really good. I thought the Ds, as I said, I feel like we're for different combinations, like there's lots of guys that are standing next to each other for the first time, or for the first sort of 5 games, it's quite new, and that connection that they're getting in that line's getting better and better.
What about Billy Smith, Robbo?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we just said he set the tone there for off that high ball catch and that grubber kick. They're things that can just sort of, you don't chase as hard, or you can not have the skill to get that ball down, and it's just the intensity that he trains with every day and prepares with, and gets rewards.
How pleased are you for him, Robbo? Because with all the injuries, he could have retired or walked away. How pleased are you with his resilience, his constitution?
Yeah, it's such a. Billy means a lot to us, at the club, and and it's. He's definitely fought through a lot, and we've lived that through with him, and so, I think it's the most I've seen Daniel Tupou smile coming off the ground talking about Billy. He doesn't usually smile about himself, but there's a joy in the players in the way that they've rallied around him, but also we get energy from him.
Hugo Savala, Robbo, his kicking game on point tonight, just the way he's kind of pinned the Broncos.
Yeah, he's a nice kicker. He's got a long kick. He showed that early, but then the ability to find space and the weight of the kick that finished the back end for us. That last sort of 15 minutes post Butcher's try, his ability to, our yardage sets were good. It's got live there. It got uncomfortable for both teams, and Hugo's kicking, and then our kick chase and line speed on the back won us the game.
Teddy, when you mentioned like some of those guys, Nat Butcher, Hugo Savala, Billy Smith, like just guys, unheralded guys that have come up the trump's here tonight.
Yeah, those guys had big pre-seasons, and a guy like Billy, I'm so proud of him. He had a full pre-season the year before, didn't play a game last year for us. Another full pre-season now, he's starting to show. I really feel like if he stays healthy, he can be one of the best centers in the game. Nat, he's just consistent. He had a starting role. I thought he was one of our best through the middle. Our middle had a big task going up against Payne and Paddy Carrigan, the guys who get them forward and get them momentum for the team. But I thought our forward pack really did a great job on them. And Hugo, first game and half, just great kicking game. Put him in tough spots the whole 80 minutes. And he just played his game. Was awesome to see.
Robbo, there's been an incident apparently between Jonathan Thurston and Spencer Leniu. Apparently Thurston was pretty rattled. He went to go and see you. Can you explain what's happened?
No, they just had a discussion on the sideline. I don't think the details are really clear yet, but it's just two passionate guys having a conversation about differences of opinion, I think.
Does it worry you with Leniu? I know he's a firebrand. You're happy to embrace the way he plays.
Definitely, yeah. Someone speaking their opinion, I think, is good in this game.
There was talk about it involving the incident last year in Vegas and things like that. This was obviously Spencer's first game coming up against the Broncos because he's missed the previous two. Was he thinking about that? Has there been any indication that was an issue for him, that he still had grievances with it?
No, not that I know of. Wasn't mentioned at all. I thought he was outstanding tonight. I thought he played with intensity and control that he needed. And so no, I thought he was great there tonight. People are always going to have differences of opinion, and you can voice that. It's okay to say I don't agree with you, and both ends, both sides. So there's no harm done. on either side. You know, people aren't always going to agree, but that's life, isn't it? You know, as long as people don't cross the line or say the wrong thing.
I don't think he has crossed the line from what happened. From what we've been told, sounds like a pretty fiery initially altercation.
Yeah, there's a discussion there, but from what I saw, there wasn't any crossing the line there. So, yeah.
Is the sideline the right place to do it, Robbo, or is it probably should have been a conversation maybe somewhere else if Spencer's got that problem?
I don't know why Spencer, he didn't go and approach anybody, you know, so I don't know why you're trying to put it on Spence here.
That's just the
I know
comment to
you
JT
guys, but you guys are trying to put it on Spencer here. This is the way that the questions are coming, you know. You guys just got to be careful with the way that you guys are asking questions as well. You know, he didn't do. No, I don't think it's on anyone. I think it's a discussion between two men. I don't think that's the end of the world. So, just cool your jets when it comes to accusations around somebody. You know, the way that you guys are questioning there, you've already formed an opinion. Two guys having a conversation. You know, it might get heated, but nothing wrong was said, as far as I know, and it was about an incident, and that's okay for guys to have that conversation.
What about Robbo? This decision
Sure.
it seemed to be confusing tonight. Like I don't think I've ever seen a retrospective sin bin where there's no penalty for you guys.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, that was. I didn't. I've got to ask about that because we had. It was a few tackles later. We had Celesi Fiketti in Penrith. I think we defended the set and then it went back, and then I think they got a try at the end of that to not get a penalty. I don't know. I don't know the rule, but I thought at least if it was a sin bin that they know where the spot is, that they could have gone back, but they may have a clear ruling on that as to why.
Do we need to clear that up, Robbo? The sin bin cracking out?
I think clearing that up about if someone goes off, you think there should be a penalty. You know, what happens if that's at the end of a game and it's 12 all and they miss it and someone goes to the bin and time runs out, or if it's after the siren, it was okay tonight, but I mean that could happen, and so I think I'd like some clarity around that. I don't have a huge opinion on, but I can think of scenarios where it could hurt the team that got the head high on them. So, yeah. Cool. Thank you.